Hello and welcome back to this combat as we are doing Archon Conquest, and we are in the middle of combat. Yes.
Game state. Proceed.
This episode today is brought to you by the forces of shitty ISPs and decent compilation books that I didn't think would actually be decent.
Seriously, we've had quite a morning. Well, Gerdat has had quite a morning. I've mostly been on the sideline watching Gerdat have quite a morning.
Well, listening.
Yes.
Reading? You know, there are using one of your senses in order to experience various negative. You know what? I don't know, man. I'm still somewhat frustrated.
Would you
But as you have just saw, our sorceress has now gained permanent triple shot, which is very nice.
Triple shot. Triple shot Tuesday.
I thought it was triple shot Thursday.
You know what? I think you're right. Thursday has that R we need to say. Yeah, that's three of my favorite songs by Led Zeppelin.
So you were going to ask a question before I rudely interrupted you. What were you going to ask?
The Manticore kind of distracts me at the moment. See how active he is, attacking the knight with reckless abandon.
And triple shot.
And triple shot. And mirror image to receive the second shot. That dude was...
It's okay. As long as you take down the primary unit that's on the illusion, then they just fall apart.
Yes, always take out the heart of the beast, the source of the problem.
The sorceress of the malcontent. But yeah, this map is pretty much over. We just gotta go around and kill everything.
Oh yeah, this is a massacre at this point. All of your guys start off with more health. They get square bonus, yes, but they just plain do not have the juice.
Yeah, mostly because all my guys also get triple shot because of how I decided to run this.
See, they have less health, and they have to avoid more attacks.
Ouch!
Take that.
I think that just cost. Cost us our gold, which is fine.
I'm not too worried about it. We haven't really been. I mean, we've been keeping track of when we've gotten gold, but so far I haven't seen any rewards for actually getting the gold, except for the satisfaction of having it.
It's bragging rights, to be perfectly honest. It's cool bragging rights, sure, but it's bragging rights.
Hey, me from yesterday, you know what I did? No. Me from yesterday, who's today? What did you do? I got all the golds in Archon. Oh, cool. Yay. High five through time.
That's almost how self-congratulation works.
Hey, man, self-talk is very important. You gotta be nice to yourself when you talk to yourself. Because you can, hear yourself talk.
No, we actually did get gold. Yay!
Yes.
Alright. Let's see. Moving on to mission 6.
Light continues.
The Stone Giant.
A magnificently powerful stone giant emerges from the earth. You have one turn to complete this challenge.
And it's teleported. Is it teleport or summon that I'm supposed to? I think it's summon.
Attack an icon with element. Oh yes, my old friend, the talking wave.
Go, water elemental.
You know what kills me about this model is when it changes direction. It kills me.
Come on. It doesn't look like we're actually doing damage.
We're not doing damage. This is weird. Oh,
there we go.
Okay.
Now we're doing damage.
He must have had... Okay, so these guys can have health bars that actually extend beyond the visible health bar.
Yep.
Interesting. I imagine there will be a late game boss who has surprisingly extremely high and annoying amounts of health.
I don't know. From her imprisoned basilisk Necroc. The Gauntlet. That is a lot of unicorns.
Unicorns assemble! Don't attack the special unicorn, he's our friend. I think I know what they want to do, and I don't like it.
very specifically, what they want us to do is imprison a bunch of the unicorns, and then have our goblin walk down and take down the unicorn that's sitting on the point of power. The issue with that, of course, is that our goblin is a goblin.
Weak against projectile. Yes, I too recall having practice when I had only a pawn and a king left. This is quite the situation.
Alright, Goblin, it's time for you to become slaughtered by the unicorns.
It's time for you to advance. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? Okay, so I see what you're doing. Whenever a unicorn gets too close, then you imprison it. Or you'll just engage it in combat.
Well, I have to kill at least one of them to get through, sadly. Smack.
Thwack.
Smack.
And...
No. Thwack. Yes.
You make me nervous when I miss.
They have been thwacked. I don't know how you're supposed to get gold on this one, honestly, because the goblin does not move fast enough the goblin does not move fast enough in order to actually get over there in 6 turns.
I would hate to do this over.
But you have a level 3 goblin now. Surely you can win this fight.
We got no health left, gosh darn it.
Well, we started with no health because we're a goblin.
See, even the... he has only 1 usable piece left.
And there, we win.
Okay. We learned something today, is that imprison equals death.
Not quite death, but yeah. Imprison, if all of your opponent's units are imprisoned, you win. The light ambush. It's not very divine of light to engage in an ambush, don't you think?
The American Revolution.
Huh.
Yeah.
I seem to have the ability to teleport 3 squares, which is not nearly enough squares.
I wonder where I'm going to go first. It likely will be on Square of Power. That was not
Actually,
Square of Power. You can't teleport.
You can't teleport directly onto the Square of Power.
So you have to block him from accessing the Square of Power on his very next turn.
Yep.
Jesus. Foolish sorceress, you dare stand between me, who cannot fly nor has any real powers of consequence?
Yes, I dare stand between you and the point of power.
Damn it.
So what's new in the world of Cloud today?
What is immediately new is coffee. And coffee is awesome. What is relatively new is Resident Evil 4, actually, a very old thing, but still new nonetheless. I finally beat remastered on professional mode. Yes.
Cool. Now, did you just spam the chain gun all the way through like I would have?
I did a couple things interesting. I ended up accumulating a lot of weapons. Every weapon that you access in the game, I basically had my hands on, except for the shotgun. I eventually started selling off my weapons right before the Saddler fight in order to upgrade my existing ones, which is something I never do. Mate in one.
The only Resident Evil game I've ever finished was Resident Evil 2 Sandbox Mode, which gave you access to both the infinite rocket launcher and the infinite chain gun.
Right. Infinite chain gun.
Hey, it was fun to go through those with those.
Oh, I bet. Like,
I don't understand how people could actually play Resident Evil 2 without them, because Leon starts off with a handgun that has 6 shots, so he can't actually kill any of the zombies.
it must be that release from danger that makes the Easter egg infinite ammo stuff really satisfying.
Yeah.
If you had a hard time with the game, you're gonna love blowing through it.
Yeah. As for me, I have been reading this compilation book called Robots vs. Fairies, and I'm only a couple of stories in right now, but I gotta say that I do actually enjoy the writing here. The talents of these authors are definitely on display. And although it's not the kind of stories that I was told I was going to get, they're still good enough for me to recommend it, which is surprising because I was convinced that the concept was unsalvageable. But no, it's decent. It's just not. But it's not the concept that I was sold on. I was sold on an actual war between robots and fairies, and instead what I got was a compilation book where we're exploring the lore between the lore of robots and fairies.
So they're not. So the verses in the title is misleading. In other words.
Yeah, it's very misleading.
Are there any stories in there that actually have fairies versus robots?
I don't believe so. At least so far. I'm only like I said, I'm only like three short stories in. But you know, so far there's been a tale of migration. There's been an action rescue story, and then there was the tale of good intentions, or no, the tale of blinded by advancement.
You mean ambition?
No, not ambition. Advancement. You see, our literature and mythology major decides that she wants to advance through the company ladder by actually solving a particular problem that people have right now. And she decides to focus on the rats that are holy shit. That's a fuck ton of knights.
Yeah, we interrupt this.
And archers.
We interrupt this rat. We interrupt the rat plague for a fucking war zone. Holy crap.
That's a lot of stats.
These men come from tribes all dedicated to light. The knight is the defender of army and can be useful in many places of battle. The knight doesn't shoot anything, but he uses his sword in close combat to attack his foe. The knight's secondary ability is greatly feared by his enemies. He plants himself behind his shield and waits. The knight's shield
The knight's shield can I think it's either deflect or reflect projectiles. Mind you, we don't get access to the second abilities throughout the playthrough because those unlock after you complete the campaign normally.
Gotcha. At which point he basically gains power to riposte.
Yep.
Or riposte, whatever it is. It's blocking then attack. Yeah.
But yeah, our job here is to guide our basilisk all the way through the encroaching knights and archers. Thankfully, our basilisk has a hugely powerful attack.
And meanwhile, the sorceress is just going to wait on her little island and watch like Mewtwo from the New World.
Well, that was pretty much Mewtwo's best plan that he ever had, you know.
The only plan he ever had. Every other time, he just got screwed by getting tucked in a Master Ball or kidnapped by Giovanni for some reason.
Well, technically, he didn't get kidnapped by Giovanni. Giovanni owned him.
What was the name of this? I did see the sequel movie. Basically, the direct sequel to Pokemon, the first movie. That was another Mewtwo story.
I believe it was called The Wrath of Mewtwo, which was weird because he was, he was pretty much the vigilante and protector of the island that he ran.
I'm thinking of the one that I was vaguely describing, where Giovanni somehow captures Mewtwo. And recaptures Mewtwo, rather, because this happens after the events of Pokemon, the first movie.
That was the Genesect movie, was it?
It was on VHS.
I'm pretty sure you're referring to the Mewtwo adventure that they had during the Johto journeys.
Probably, yeah, because as I recall, unless I'm committing a pseudo memory, that there were Johto Pokemon in the sequel where Mewtwo gets thrown in a lake.